What is up, guys? Welcome to the transparency. Sorry for the delay. Coach Oriani was in session, soccer practice in my own personal yard. Ran a little late. Learned some new drills. I'm teaching myself how to play soccer. No, I'm teaching 7-year-olds. You better believe I blow my whistle, and I mean it. Got to give these kids all name tags because I don't think freaking frack is going to work. So, again, what is up, guys? Welcome to the transparency. At the end of it, use your thumbs, use your DNA, slap the thumbs up or thumbs down. Welcome. You guys, 166 pages. Some of it is repetitive, some is not. Yeah, I only coach soccer because I heard there's a lot of hot soccer moms. Just kidding. It's for the calf muscles of the dads. Again, welcome. Crush that like. Yes, hi Bumblebee. All my college roommates, they were the soccer players in college. So they actually beat Notre Dame to go to the Elite Eight. What was it, my sophomore year? Junior, sophomore year. Junior year. And this is before like all the games were at, neutral sites. So Notre Dame was the host team. I was like, oh man, South Bend's not that far. I want to go. Like, I'm going to go, cheer on my freaking roommates. One of my roommates kicked the winning goal to take it to penalty kicks, and then we won. We stunned Notre Dame in South Bend. Had the biggest party for like 2 straight days after that. And then we got to play North Carolina. And a handful of those girls that played on that North Carolina team, they ended up winning the national championship, but they went on to play like the USA team, and they're all in the pros right now. Some of them are actually finishing up their careers. But yeah, soccer girls can party. They would outdrink the football guys, the baseball guys. So cheers to that. But yeah, 166 pages, new discovery request. It is a DNA request here. Ann Taylor. We're going to go with this paperwork first, which is her request. This is her 3rd request that she put in. So this broke it out. Let's see here for a second. Make that bigger. Been waiting for this specific request for our discovery. Yes, Miss 9 has been all about it. I want to know your guys' thoughts on some of it. Again, it is literally all about DNA. Let me take that down. This is the 3rd request. So the standard lab discovery, so they want all of the biological testing case file. Let me pull this up like so. Right there. Please provide a complete copy of the case file, including all records made by each lab in connection with the biological testing in this case, including biological screening. That's the blood there. Now, this is where my question comes into play, which is that house had, I think Annie called them when she called them today. I was talking about that. How many samples of DNA do you think are in that house besides the people that live there? What do we think? What is up, Mike Dropping, baby? 11,000 DNA samples, 130 hundreds. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot. I'm live. Page 2 here. Boom. We've been saying it, guys. We've been saying it. Chain of custody right there. Please provide copies of all records that document the treatment and handling of biological evidence. You guys, how do you get the sheath, or how do you get the DNA that you took from Kohberger's dad? Okay. And you're taking it from the trash and you're taking it to Idaho. How does that happen? We have to talk about it. That's what the custody is. This is what I've been saying. I know a lot of you guys in chat have been saying it, but you cannot drive. Like I'm in Ohio. I'm even closer than PA, but it would take me something like 40 hours to drive to Idaho. So right here, please provide copies of all records that document the treatment and handling of the biological evidence in this case, from the initial point of collection up to the current, wherever it's right now. This information should include documentation that indicates where and how the materials were stored, temperature and type of container, the amount of evidence that was consumed in testing, the amount of material that remains and where and how. I mean, boom, 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 boom. They want it all. This is all about DNA. Profiles uploaded to a DNA database. Sorry, I went up too high. In the event that this case involves the upload of DNA profile to either a local, state, or national database, please provide all documentation maintained by the testing lab, including documentation maintained by Combined DNA Index System, that's CODIS, personal within the laboratory, including profiles that have been identified as unknown males and not the defendant. Ready for one of my favorites? Right, we're getting there. The data files. So please provide copies of all computer data files created in the course of performing the DNA testing and analyzing the data in this case, both raw data and processed data. These data files should include all sample files, project files, matrix files, size, standard files, and analyst method files. In the event that a particular data file cannot be produced, please provide name of said file with explanation. This is the stats calculations. This to me is standard. So they want a list of every type of software that they're using, reference. So this to me is standard here. Where we get, here we go, number 6. Thank you there. Appreciate that. Very much so. Number 6, though, let me focus that in just a tad as well. Communication, baby, communication. Please provide a copy of all communications between laboratory personnel and any other party with regard to the biological testing in this case include letters, memos, emails, texts, and records of telephone conversations. These materials should include communications with regard to outsourcing of DNA testing. The stats and DNA profiles uploaded to a database. Very interesting here on number 7, standard operating protocols and interpretation guidelines. And once, please provide me a copy of the standard operating protocols and your interpretation guidelines relied upon to perform and interpret the testing in this case, as well as all subsequent versions of these documents. This is all DNA. Let's see. Again, 8. This is all basically questioning. If you haven't already kind of figured it out, this is really heavy in questioning any DNA. And what's the big piece right now that everybody's talking about is what's on the sheath. But also, what about what's not on the sheath? Or what about what else is in the house? You have all these other, you have to have all these other DNAs in that house. Well, whose do they belong to? Are they all unidentified? We want to know the laboratory personnel. Okay. We want to know, there you go. Personnel. Do you guys remember that movie? Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead? Personnel. Yep. Who worked in these labs? We want to know their current resume. There you go. Anne is earning her 200, no doubt. Unexpected results. What? For each lab that performed DNA testing in this case, please provide copies of the lab's logs of unexpected results. The log should be provided for the time period beginning 6 months before the start of testing and ending 6 months after the completion of testing. Documentation should be provided. So this is where they're going to come into that anytime that they did a test and it was unexpected results, when you had a false positive, just think of taking a birth control test, okay, and you piss on it and it's positive, but really you're not pregnant. So that was totally unexpected that you got that positive test. So they're going to take everything that's happened in the previous 6 months, then they're going to go out 6 months from the case, or the time that they sent whatever to the testing. But we want to know, okay, when did you guys get things wrong? How often were things wrong? When were things unexpected? What happened? Now, here we go. The logs should be provided for all laboratory personnel. Personnel. They want to know when it messes up, who's the dipshit that's doing it, you know? Please note, this is a request for the logs themselves, not just for entries within the logs that pertain to this case. This is so in depth. This is so detailed. This is like, we're not messing around here, okay? And the preliminary hearing, you guys, today is May what? 4th? Okay, May the 4th be with you. Anne needs her shit. Okay. They don't have this. They're requesting this. That means that they don't have it. Okay. I would love to know the dates on all of these, when it was performed, when it came back. Are they still doing testing in this case? Because there was like how many samples? But then they're going to say, oh, we only sent 103 samples to the lab. Oh, wait, now we have 113. So 113 different samples. And then we get to your genetic right here. This is the genealogy testing and search. Why haven't they provided the evidence to the defense counsel? That's a game that they play. I think that the prosecution had an ace then and would not be asking for all of this. To me, this further proves that the prosecution is on shaky ground. Yeah. I mean, this is in depth. This is, they want specific. Ann Taylor wants, she knows what she wants. She knows what she needs. She's working with somebody that knows their shit with DNA. That's very, very clear with this 5-page, totally all about DNA. Okay. And so much so that, the sheath is the only thing that allegedly has this DNA, and it was, this touch DNA. But look at how hardcore heavy she's going. She wants, because she believes, and I think everybody in this room would believe, that that house has to have so much DNA in it. So if anybody's DNA is in there, how are you excluding them? How do you did you interview this person? This person's DNA is in there. Was it somebody that was normally in the house? Was it their friend? Did you even identify whose DNA it is? Did you go and ask all of these people just to submit DNA so that you can just rule out whose DNA this is? I mean, how did that go? How did that work? Mass DNA in that house. Just like any of us that had college houses back in the day. Come on, our parents aren't cleaning our houses for us anymore. We didn't have cleaning ladies. So much DNA is going to be in there. This testing for the genetic is all reports generated by any lab that conducted the SNP testing on any sample in this case, including from samples where unknown males, not the defendant, were identified. Unknown males. Now, does anybody think it's interesting that they weren't asking were the unknown females? It's just unknown males. Copies of all, see guys, this communication, copies of all communications between laboratory personnel and any other person or organization with regard to the instant case, including letters, memos, emails, internet posts, press releases, and records of other communications, including communications with regard to any DNA profile uploaded to any public or private DNA database. All documentation associated with any database search, including but not limited to the CODIS, NDIS, family tree DNA, and or felon databases, case sample databases, missing persons databases, and internal quality assurance databases. This documentation should include, but is not limited to, the input profile, the input search parameters, the search output, all reports, all correspondence, and any follow-up actions. Crazy thought, was BK adopted? Thanks, Lana. You are a rock star. Party like a rock star. I don't think he's adopted, but I don't know. Maybe he has a different daddy. All documents, number 4, related to any genetic genealogy search, including but not limited to the creation of a user profile, profiles, accounts, information. They want to know everything about how you went about linking this and where, like, how did it come about? How did you get your hits? Where's your hit coming from? Let's see. All documents related to the comparison of any DNA samples collected during the genealogy investigation to crime scene evidence. The name and address of all persons found to have sufficient sharing. Anne. Damn, Anne. There you go. There's the date. Okay. Let's go back. Look at this. We want all hits, including partial hits and hits that are, I mean, they're, I believe that Anne's being told, I believe that her client is very, very active in this investigation. And I'm going to tell you why. I think he's disclosed things to Anne. I think Anne's being very specific. And Anne went to Bryan Kohberger's apartment not once, but twice. Okay, not once, but twice. He is very, very active with this investigation, his defense. For each hit, please provide match detail reports. So again, they're asking for this request because they don't have everything that they're asking for in this, you guys, they don't have it. Okay. So they don't have anything DNA right now. All right. They don't have anything. Now, out of 166 pages that got dropped, I'm going to show you guys what is, let's see. Well, I want to go with this first. I've never seen this before, so. But here is better penmanship here. This stuff was all tested for blood, okay? And negative, negative, negative. There was a dark red spot. This is his apartment. Okay. Dark red spots, small off surface upon touch. So they're all these items. Microwave on counter in kitchen, northeast corner, dark reddish long stain in back. They tested it negative. Dark discoloration in grout of counter tile just south of microwave, negative. Orange drip south wall of kitchen east of window, negative. Small red brown stain on exterior door of northeast closet in northeast bedroom. Edge of south door. Interior of south closet door. 2 small reddish brownish stain inside of south closet north. Irregular reddish brown stain inside south closet of. And all of this stuff everywhere they went to go test whatever that they deemed in his apartment that looked off. Negative, 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 negative. Okay. No blood. No blood. Okay. Negative, everything. Light brown streak. Outside corner of laundry basket, northeast bedroom. Something of the laundry basket, underside orange smear in northeast room. Gray smear interior of south door of south. Anyways, negative, negative, negative. Left edge of medicine cabinet, mirror bathroom, small brownish stain, right edge of medicine cabinet. Brownish stain just above tile, below towel rack, below medicine cabinet, bathroom. West wall of shower, below curtain rod, light gray, liner stain. East sink of vanity, wood, front face below countertop, light red stain, irregular, reddish brown stain, irregular shape. Left wall of cabinet, under east sink bathroom, reddish brown. Negative, negative, negative. Okay. Curtain rod and shower. Blind swab of east sink drain. So they got up in this drain. Remember we were talking about this? The drain. Okay. Blind swab of shower drain, bathroom. Blind swab of west sink, drain, bathroom. Okay. There you go. And then you come across this reddish brown stain on uncased pillow. Mattress cover on bed in northeast room. On edge facing doorway. Blah 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 blah. That's so they took 3. They have A, B, C. They took 3 items in. Now we get to Dawn Daniels' handwriting here. Love her, but that's just more of like, let's see here. Check this out. This was from what was typed up, but this is what like the free handwriting of it. The dust container from the Bissell Power Force vacuum closet. Possible hair strands. Closet. Fire TV stick with cord plugged into back of Samsung TV. This is just the part of the custody of that because it went over to Jeff Talbot. See, transferred to ISP. Okay, 1 through 6. Then 7 through 12, same thing. Possible animal hair strand under computer pad on desk in northeast bedroom. Under, so that possible animal hair strand was under the computer pad on desk in northeast bedroom. Possible hair under computer pad on desk. So there was the dog hair and the hair underneath that pad. Possible hair strand from pillow. Computer tower from desk. Again, those items, 7 through 12, transfer of them over to ISP. And then these were just those A, B, and C items. These are the items that came up positive for blood. So that's the A, B, and C. And then again, just boom. Now this is something I've never seen before. So here you guys get to see it for the first time, which is they were on the phone and they did he did a handwritten amended search warrant to include the storage area. Okay. I've never seen this before. This is the first time. This is telephonetic amended search warrant. And they had the judge on the phone and did it all. And they put it on the body cam. So pretty interesting. And then other part I wanted to show, which was new, I want to go to the towards the end. Very interesting to me, this last part that I'm going to show. Again, there's a lot of repetitive stuff in here. Here we go. Now this is new. This is for the search warrant for his apartment and his office. And so this is the day they did it. They had to have an incident report for it. This is that incident report. Then they did a narrative for it. And this narrative is very interesting. So when they finally make way to go into his apartment, I want you to notice that Snell was part of this. Where's his name in here? Because they were keeping an eye on these two places, the apartment and the office, until they actually went ahead and served it and walked in there like around 7 a.m. But the narration right here begins by saying, "We cleared each room of the residence, and we all exited the residence, leaving the front door ajar. During our entry, the bedroom in the northwest corner was found to be locked, and we had to key into the room. I know based on my experience that WSU housing often secures any rooms in an apartment not being leased. In this apartment, there are 2 bedrooms and only one subject on the lease." You guys, this is so interesting to me. They at WSU, you go get a 2-bedroom apartment, but if there's not 2 of you guys, we don't give you, like, you can't use that other room. Like, what? You guys understand that? Like, that's like, why would you get a 2-bedroom apartment then? Like, what? So here, this whole time, we thought that he had a 2-bedroom apartment, right? Well, they had that door locked the whole, like they're saying that the whole time, because that's just the way that they handle it over at WSU. That's just mind blowing to me. Oh, no, if you had a roommate, like, wait, so I can't utilize that room? What? Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, but that's wild. So, okay, yeah. Anyways, that's the rules. Really odd. So let me zoom in just a tad bit. There we go. Okay. All right. It is for this reason I believe there was no one residing in the room and it had not been accessed by the resident of the apartment. I also observed the room appeared to have been vacuumed, cleaned, and not occupied. I advised the crime scene techs of this after we exited the apartment. We also noticed while clearing the apartment, it was sparsely furnished and fairly empty of belongings, including no shower curtain in the bathroom, and the trash cans appeared empty. Why would the trash cans not be empty? I don't know. I just think that wouldn't. After exiting the apartment, I stayed near the front door observing while the Idaho crime scene technicians took over, documenting the building. When they were ready, I made entry with the team who did the video documentation of the residence. I read the search warrant out loud on my body cam, which was later downloaded to digital evidence. Once they were done filming, we stepped outside so the residence could be photographed and documented. All crime scene logs, photographs, filming, and collection was done by the Idaho crime scene technicians. I remained on scene with them during this process, observing. At approximately 14:08 hours, the crime scene techs and I took a break. Everyone exited the residence, and Officer Aaron Lang was left guarding the front door. During the time we were gone, no one entered the residence. We resumed the search when we finished our break. While searching the apartment, we found a round padlock in the entryway closet, which I recognize as being used for storage facilities. A key for the lock was also located on the TV stand in the living room underneath keys that appeared to be for Kohberger's office. I had Officer Kirshner contact the apartment coordinator to see if residents of Step 2 apartments have storage closets assigned to them. He stated they did, and I had Sergeant Petlavani see if there was a closet assigned to G201. Sergeant Petlavani went to Building F, where the closets are located, and stated there was a closet for G201 and that the door to the closet was ajar. He stated the closet appeared to be empty. Based on this information, I contacted Judge Libby and applied to have the search warrant amended to include the storage closet to search for possible trace evidence and possible DNA evidence. It was amended and granted. There's a time. It was done, like I said, it was over the phone, and it was recorded on the body cams, which were later downloaded to digital evidence. So there's body cams of all of this. When the search of the apartment was complete, we went to the storage closet. There were cobwebs going into the storage closet, and the floor was dusty. It did not appear the closet had been used recently, and nothing was seized or collected from the closet. Again, I left a copy of the amended warrant for the residence and storage closet, along with a log of the items seized from the apartment on the couch. A photograph of this was taken and later downloaded. At approximately 1932 hours, we exited the apartment, secured the residence, and cleared the scene. I transported all the items seized to WSU Police Department, where it was stored in evidence locker 35. All the evidence remained stored in locker 35 until they were transferred to the Idaho State Police. After a short break at the station, we proceeded to Wilson Short Room, room 12. Again, did the whole knocking and announced outside, blah, 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 who we are. Then they go ahead and they go on in. The warrant was read and it was documented. The room appeared to be fairly empty except for items on one desk, which was labeled as belonging to one of the office mates. The desk designated as Kohberger's by a drawing of the, this doesn't make any sense, of the room on the whiteboard above the desk was empty. When we were finished documenting the room, I secured the door and we cleared. Nothing was seized from the office. I later realized I did not leave a copy of what samples were collected from the apartment with the warrant and log of items seized. I later returned to the apartment and attempted to slide an amended log under the door, but the door was sealed too tight to allow the envelope to pass through. I also advised the PA of the issue. On 12/31/2022, I prepared the return of service of search warrants for both the office and the residence. Now, what do you guys think so far? Let me take a look over here. Hold on one second. Sorry, I was reading that. Missing your guys' lovely comments. Oh. Let's see here. All right. Well, Mama Hen says, I think this is all just bonkers. It sounds like a frame job to me, says good old Annie. In my opinion, he was planning to go back, hence the new West Virginia registration. I think they got in there and it was like, oh my God, why is this place so like, you're not going to be somewhere for an extended period of time, especially places that you're like rent, like you're like a housing student and you're like in a dorm almost. I feel like that's a dorm. But they have like rules and shit. Remember in the back in the dorms, you had to like unplug your this, that, blah, blah, blah. Unplug your refrigerator, space heaters, pull everything away from the walls. Like it was, not sure what their policies are, but they're making a note that there was no shower curtain. There was no shower curtain. I don't know how I feel about that. And I also know that he's an OCD, like clean freak, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. But I do know that if you're leaving somewhere, I always clean my house when before I go on like vacation, and then you come back to make sure like all your shit's where it's supposed to be. That way, you could tell if anybody was in your place. So for it to be clean or very sparse, I mean, I don't know what they were expecting to find in there. He traveled across the country. He's a guy. Very, very interested to see those body cams to see how, when they want to say sparse, like what was there any clothes in there? He took all of his clothes. They checked on a stain on the shower curtain. I know, right? I was just going to go to this. Hold on. Wait for it. Oh. Needed a woman's touch. All right, here we go. Check this out. Now, Anne, I think it's interesting here when Ann Taylor goes in. So, again, this is a supplemental report. Let's zoom in. This is on 1/10/2023. They had to provide, Bryan gives them permission to go to his apartment. So here Anne goes with a couple of her team members. And I met with the defense attorney and 3 others from her team for Kohberger at his residence. They showed me a piece of paper signed by Kohberger granting permission to enter his apartment to remove the WSU office keys that had been seen sitting on the TV stand during the warrant service. At approximately 11:25 hours, I unlocked the door and provided them entry into the apartment. They went to the TV stand and provided me the 2 keys I had recognized as belonging to WSU. The key numbers were blank and blank. I later confirmed these keys accessed the office, room 12, and other spaces in the criminal justice department. While at the apartment, I explained to the attorney I had forgotten to include the 3 samples taken from the apartment and provided her a copy of the return of search. She took the return of search and took the copy of the amended warrant and item C's log from the couch. Members of her team took photographs of the apartment and removed a receipt from a cupboard in the bathroom. I believe they may have taken some other paperwork items from the living room. I remained outside the door during this time. At 11:41 hours, we all exited the apartment and I secured the door. So they were only in there for, they said that she's saying approximately 11:25. 15 minutes. Okay. At 11:41, we all exited. She secured the door. I cleared the residence. Later in the day, I took the 2 keys to the criminal justice department and turned the keys over to the respective person. Oh, boy. And that was that. Then they're like, we're coming back. Just 5-6 days later, they go back. They come back. On 1/19/2023 at approximately 15:15 hours, I was asked to meet with Bryan Kohberger's defense team, which consisted of Anne, McCarthy, and Jennifer, for assisting gaining access to Bryan's residence. Upon contact with Taylor, she showed me a signed letter again from Bryan granting Taylor's defense team access to his apartment to gather some of his belongings, but didn't let me keep the paperwork. Taylor stated they would email me a copy of the paperwork for my records. I opened the door and granted the 3 of them access to his apartment. They removed a flat screen TV, a computer monitor, a small box with miscellaneous papers and receipts, a laundry basket full of books, and a medium-sized box that I couldn't see the contents. They were at the apartment for approximately 10 minutes and advised I could lock the door after they left. I secured Kohberger's apartment by locking the deadbolt. Before leaving, I provided Taylor with my business card and asked that she send the paperwork they showed me for access to Kohberger's apartment. Taylor told me she would. As of 1/24/2023, I haven't received any emails from Taylor or her team. And because they haven't received the discovery. I guess she's just holding out. Okay, so what do we think? What are we thinking? Again, these are the dates. So they went in on the 10th, and then they go back on the 19th. Okay? And now, anybody that's going to say that Bryan wasn't like planning on coming back there, I mean, he had all that crap in there. I don't think he was going to leave that stuff like a flat screen TV, the computer monitor. So anybody that thinks that he wasn't returning, I mean, I don't know. I think he was planning on returning. So what do we think? I think it's very, what's the word? Boring. It's interesting that they went back though a second time. They probably got him books. I don't know. Maybe he could read those in, I don't know, prison or jail rather. And maybe that was for him. But they take the TV. I don't know if there's other stuff there, if he had to like be officially out, because he then gets basically, he had to be completely removed. So at some point, I wonder if they had to go back then in there and clear out like anything and everything that was in there. But that hasn't been released. So Annie Potts, I was leaving that to the end, but since you want me to bring that up, how did they test a stain on shower curtain that didn't exist in the apartment? The interesting thing is that I want to go back over that because I know that they were testing the rod, like the curtain rod, right? That's why you gotta love people's handwritings. So let's check out one more time here. Okay. So this is everything from the kitchen. Let's see. I want to go to the no. Okay, so this is what I see. I see the west wall of shower below curtain rod. Then they did, let's see. Curtain rod and shower underset rod. Blind swab of east sink drain. I mean, they got in every nook and cranny. They got in every nook and cranny. So there's no blood, guys. It's interesting to me. This laundry basket is the laundry basket that they filled up the books with and headed on out. I mean, I think that for me, I don't give a shit if there was a shower curtain or if there wasn't one. There's no blood anywhere, any down the drain, nothing. I mean, you would think that they would do every possible testing with everything. I mean, this is your guy. He's had so long to clean up, so you're gonna, bring in the best, right? You're working with 60 FBI agents. You're not gonna just have some couple new techs, right? I don't know. This is wild to me, but hey. Now, wasn't it that this was supposed to be what would cause the community to possibly like be upward or somebody could be in danger if this was to get out? Um, there's supposed to be blood everywhere. This is like, I want to see his vehicle. I want to see his vehicle. I mean, they took the damn seats out. They got all up in this, okay? So I want to see the vehicle. Yeah, they did. They took the side. They just took it all, chopped it up like it was. They're selling parts out on, you know, Martin Luther King Boulevard. Come and get your car parts. No blood anywhere. Interesting. Payne said the killer immediately went home. Actually, Blaker said that. Blaker said that he went immediately home. But they both said that he went driving around for an hour. And that based on his phone, that's why he went immediately home, which his phone wasn't even on, allegedly. I mean, this is just crazy. Crazy to me. This guy seems like did he have any clothes in this apartment? Were there any clothes there? Yeah, I don't know. Now let's take a look at this. Got another thing I want to show you. Yeah. Hey, Maple Beef, what's up, girl? Good to see you, girl. I know you've been busy. Bryan Kohberger was obviously pulled over for a traffic stop. We've heard about it in the PCA. Well, we're going to see one of the stops, and we can see his interaction with a female officer. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Maybe some of you guys have, but yeah, there was no porno magazines that were taken. Yeah. He was in no way sexist, that officer. I think drugs is the factor. BK sounds intelligent and pleasant to the female officer. Lana and crew have to give Bryan a lift home. A big cleanup happened. See, I think that's even more of a reason why you to not want to interview Bryan, or you find out that he has this white Elantra, and you want to get in that car immediately. But yeah. Who still has porn magazines? I don't know, Mitchell. All right, let's check it out. Again, this is his traffic stop on WSU's campus, October 14th, 2022. So let's take a look at this. Again, thank you guys for all being here. You guys rock. While you're in here at some point, hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, make yourself known. But what we did is I went ahead and switched things around. And because of all the new releases that came out, I wanted to get these all out to you guys. More discovery quests, everything to do with DNA. 166 pages. I would say 50 of the pages are worth a damn because we already have the other ones. And some body cam here of Bryan. But the defense is they're working for Bryan Kohberger. I could tell you that. They're questioning a lot of things that don't and aren't adding up as far as the defense is concerned. And I think there's more and more clarity coming as to why that investigator wrote the affidavit that he did about Bethany having this potential exculpatory evidence for Bryan Kohberger. Again, I don't think it's semantics, so let's take a look at this body cam.
Hello. Officer. I am Officer Loangus. Stops being audio and video recorded. I think you know why I stopped you. You ran the red light.
What actually happened was I was stuck in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah,
so
I was behind you the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, you're not supposed to enter the intersection at all for that reason, because
Okay, the first thing I want to point out here is that who's been pulled over recently is the first thing that they say to you is, hey, this is being recorded. So this was at 4:32 p.m. Okay. And Bryan pulls into what appears to be like a rundown, I don't even know, school.
Hello. Officer. I am Officer Loangus. Stops being audio and video recorded. I think you know why I stopped you. You ran the red light.
What actually happened was I was stuck in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah,
so
I was behind you the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, you're not supposed to enter the intersection at all for that reason, because if the light turns red, then you're stuck in the intersection, and then you run the red light. So that's the reason I stopped you. Do you have your license on you?
Yep.
Do you have the registration and insurance?
You just get this for you out.
You what?
I'm just gonna get this out for you.
Okay.
So would you explain that to me a little bit further? So in Pennsylvania, when you're stuck like in their intersection, you have to make the left. So what would the appropriate thing for me to have done? Just
You're not supposed to block an intersection like that in Washington. So just by you blocking the intersection, that's technically a ticketable violation. And then then you're running a red light. So it's another ticketable offense. So you're not supposed to proceed into the intersection until you can go. Because a lot of people do what you just did, right? Is like you're sitting in the intersection waiting, and then turns, and then you're blocking. So
yeah, there was a little bit of confusion with speeding because someone had stopped. I wasn't sure what they were doing, and then they put on their light to turn. So I thought that maybe they were letting me go through.
Oh.
Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, like right before I made the turn, there was someone who made a right. They didn't have their signal on, so I wasn't sure if they were just waiting.
Yeah, so I would just advise just don't enter the intersection until you can go, so you don't get stuck. Let's see.
But in that situation, the best thing to do then would be back up. And not.
I don't know if there's a best thing to do in that situation, because you're either going to back up into somebody or you're going to run a red light. So, or you're going to be sitting in an intersection.
Yeah.
There's not really a great option there.
Yeah, I was just slightly into the crosswalk, so where I'm from Pennsylvania, we actually don't have like crosswalks.
Oh,
so even if you're kind of slightly, there's a little bit more leeway as well. Like there are a few lines, like there's one white line and there's another one. Like there's like a certain margin from which you can actually kind of place your vehicle.
Yeah. So I know laws vary state to state, but there is a law in Washington for blocking an intersection like that, proceeding through when you don't when you're just stalling. I forget the actual verbiage. I can find it for you, but it's like stalling, blocking an intersection.
Yeah, I'm just curious about the law. I don't mean to.
Oh no, yeah, I can find it for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
1 second. That looks good on a Hyundai. I don't see Pennsylvania registration like at all. Okay, let's see. Expires November 22nd or 2022. Okay. And
yeah, one of those is actually.
yeah, okay, that looks good. I'll hand that back to you. I'm just gonna go check your info. I'll try to find that RCW, the law for you, and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
All right. In Washington for blocking an intersection like that, proceeding through when you don't. 1 second. That looks good on an intersection.
Yeah, I'm just curious about the law. I don't mean to.
Oh no, yeah, I can find it for you. Yeah.
He says it right there. I think that's really interesting. He's like, I'm just curious about the law. I'm not disagreeing with anything. That's interesting there.
1 second. That looks good on a Hyundai. I don't see Pennsylvania registration like at all. Okay, let's see. Expires November 22nd or 2022. Okay. And
yeah, one of those is actually.
yeah, okay, that looks good. I'll hand that back to you. I'm just gonna go check your info. I'll try to find that RCW, the law for you, and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
All right. Sierra 331, code 4 driver.
Go ahead.
Last of Kohberger, King, Ocean, Henry, Boy, Edward, Robert, George, Edward, Robert. First of Bryan, Boy, Robert, Young, Adam, Nora. Middle C, Charles. Date of birth 112194, Mount Washington.
Yeah, she's getting him the code right now.
1637. Sierra driver.
Go ahead.
Status license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
Copy, it should be an Elantra. Received.
Copy, it might be. It actually says the dam, so it's my bad. Status license through Washington 11/2027.
Did you guys just hear that? He's supposed to have Pennsylvania plates on his car right now. And listen to this.
Sierra driver.
Go ahead.
Status license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle.
License, the state of Washington.
Valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
Copy. It should be an Elantra. Received.
331, Sierra, driver.
Go ahead.
Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
Copy. It should be an Elantra. Received.
Copy, MIB, it actually says the dam, so that's my bad.
Sierra 334 stopping.
334.
King 568889 through Idaho. Will be stadium and Q parking lot.
1638. Sierra, driver.
Go ahead.
Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
Copy. It should be an Elantra. Received.
Copy, MIB, it actually says the dam, so that's my bad.
Sierra 334 stopping.
334.
Holy
Copy.
shit.
It should.
They said that he didn't get his new license until November 18th. He should have Pennsylvania plates on his tat. He should have Pennsylvania plates right now, according to the PCA. And according to this, on October 14th, because you can do that stuff like they always send it to you earlier before your birthday. So he could have done it earlier. And I swear I have to go find my paperwork because I swear he went to the DMV in August when he first moved there. And that's when I said, well, why wouldn't he just do everything then? Who wants to go to the DMV twice? Listen to this. And she says it is good until I think 2027.
331, Sierra, driver.
Go ahead.
Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
Copy. It should be an Elantra. Received.
Copy, MIB, it actually says the dam, so that's my bad.
Sierra 334 stopping.
334.
King 568889 through Idaho. Will be stadium and Q parking lot.
1638.
Hello.
Officer.
Driver.
Go ahead.
Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
2005?
Copy. It should be an Elantra. Received.
Copy MIB, it actually says sedan. That's my bad.
Received.
The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata. Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
I swear that says 2005.
Copy. It should be an Elantra. Received.
Copy MIB, it actually says sedan. That's my bad.
It actually says sedan. It says Hyundai sedan, but still 2005. I mean, who's this dispatch woman? Is she 2005? Is she mean to say 2015? I mean, it's what?
Sierra 324 stopping.
334.
King 568889 through Idaho. Will be stadium and Q parking lot.
1638.
Let's get the plate number when he comes out, when she goes out. Eight 649. That's it. Do you guys see? I've been doing these episodes with the difference. Do you guys see where his light is off to the left like that? That's a 2015. Now I know everything there is to know about this damn car. See those lights right there? See where they sit? Look at his tires. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah.
Okay, so I found it. So I don't know what in Pennsylvania where you go to find laws, but in Washington it's called the Revised Code of Washington. So I'll try to turn my brightness up, but it's basically it's just called an RCW. So it's RCW 46.61.202. So it's no driver shall enter an intersection unless there is significant space on the other side of the intersection. To accommodate the vehicle he is operating without obstructing the passage of other vehicles, despite any traffic control signal indications to proceed. So you had a green light, so you're thinking you can go, but you're blocking the intersection. Yeah. So that's if you're ever curious in any laws in Washington, just Revised Code of Washington. So I'm not writing a ticket or anything like that today. I understand you're from Pennsylvania, but in the future, don't proceed through the intersection. You can't get stopped for that alone unless you can clearly just clear it right away.
Okay.
So
then basically, I understand.
You're just supposed to wait behind the white line. Drivers do it all the time. But
it never even occurred to me that was actually something wrong. But well, except for the fact that I was blocking the crosswalk, which is what I went through.
And states vary a lot from laws. Like Pennsylvania might not even have that law, but in Washington we do.
I'm actually just from a very rural area, so we just don't have crosswalks.
Oh.
Unless I visit an area where there are crosswalks, and then it's not very frequent.
Yeah.
I do apologize if I was asking you too many questions about the law. I wasn't trying to
No, not at all. Like I understand you're not from here, so if you don't, a lot of people don't know a bunch of laws. Like I only know it because this is what I do. But if you're ever curious on any more laws, just RCW, and they can be hard to read because it's in like legal language. But hope that helps.
Definitely.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Definitely, you too.
Thanks. Hello.
Officer.
I am Officer Langus. Hello.
Officer.
I am Officer Langus.
That car is impeccable.
Langus, stop being audio and video recorded. I think you know why I stopped you. You ran the red light.
What actually happened was I was stuck in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah,
so
I was behind you the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, you're not supposed to enter the intersection at all for that reason, because if the light turns red, then you're stuck in the.
All right. So what do we think? For somebody that allegedly hates women, he was totally kissing her ass. Someone said he's a psycho killer. Jesus. Yeah, he definitely has his Pennsylvania plates on. But that was what I did. I went back and also looked at my quick guide because I said, why didn't he just get his plates then? When he first moved to Washington, he switched over from being a Pennsylvania license to being a Washington license. And then, so he did that when he first moved there. So that's, which I thought was interesting because when I lived in Florida for a little bit, I didn't go and get a Florida ID. He gaslights her the whole time. Real bushy eyebrows.
The intersection, and then you run the red light. So that's the reason I stopped you. Do you have your license on you?
Yep.
Okay, I do want to say this. This body cam does not show, like, I can't.
Recorded. Again, no, I think you know why I stopped you.
I can't see anybody that else could possibly be in the car. Like, they made it a point to say that he was a sole occupant of this vehicle. Is that written on the ticket? Because from this body cam, there's no way that you could exclude people that could possibly be in the back seat.
Registration like that all? Okay, let's see. Expires November 22nd or 2020.
Hmm.
$16.37. $331, Sierra driver.
Go ahead.
Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
Copy. It should be an Elantra. Recent.
Copy MIB, it actually says the DM, so that's my bad.
Sierra 334 stopping.
334.
King 568889 through Idaho. Will be stadium and Q parking lot.
1638. Sierra driver.
Go ahead.
Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
2005. I mean, how the fuck do you mess up saying the 2005?
Copy. It should be an Elantra. Recent.
Copy MIB, it actually says the DM, so that's my bad.
And I mean, the other thing that she doesn't catch is that, well, it should be a 2015. Yeah, there was no ticket. They didn't take his phone number from this ticket. They took his phone number from the stop that he had in August. On August 21st, that's where he allegedly gave up his phone number. But yeah. Did she take a photo of his ID? I don't think so.
Genesis license through Washington 11/2027. The vehicle is valid on a 2005 Hyundai Sonata.
Copy. It should be an Elantra. Recent.
Copy MIB, it actually says the DM, so that's my bad.
Sierra 8889 through Idaho. Will be stadium and Q parking lot.
You know, what his major is, everything that he's doing for like a living or wants to do for a living is all about the criminal justice system as a whole. And so him asking those type of questions, it's like a lawyer gonna flex on somebody when they get pulled over. And I don't think he put down this woman at all.
Yeah. So I know laws vary state to state, but there is a law in Washington for blocking an intersection like that, proceeding through when you don't, when you're just stalling. I forget the actual verbiage. I can find it for you, but it's like stalling, blocking an intersection.
Yeah. I'm just curious about the law. I don't mean to.
Oh no, yeah, I can find it for you. Yeah.
Anything.
One second. That looks.
So when he's been going to court, you see him and he's like nodding his head and stuff like that. Like he does that same thing. Like that's just what he does. Watch his nods here when he's like
in Washington for blocking an intersection like that, proceeding through when you don't, when you're just stalling. I forget the actual verbiage. I can find it for you, but it's like stalling, blocking an intersection.
Yeah. I'm just curious about the law. I don't mean to.
Oh no, yeah, I can find it for you. Yeah.
Anything.
One second. That looks good on a Hyundai. I don't see Pennsylvania registration like at all. Okay, let's see. Expires November 22nd or 2022. Okay. And yeah, okay, that looks good. I'll hand that back to you. I'm just gonna go check your info. I'll try to find that RC.
Yeah, one of those is actually.
Let's see. Expires November 22nd or 2022. Okay. Okay.
It says it right there. 2015 is the year.
Expires November 22nd or 2022. Okay. And
Oh, I missed it. I have to slow it down. I'll do it.
Yeah, one of.
I have to do with my software. So, yeah. Well, we got a lot of new information, a lot to digest. You guys can run it back, play it forward. I mean, I think we all act differently when cops pull us over. You know, nobody wants to get a ticket. You're going to do and say whatever you can to get out of a ticket. In fact, I was flipping out the other day. We have like these new, you scan these areas in, and then like instead of putting money in a meter now, they just have you like use apps and shit. And I'm over here and I was like, my meter was good for like, I don't know, 24 hours. And I got a ticket and I'm like, so I take a picture of my ticket. I take a picture of the app. I put them next to each other. And I'm like, I'm about to go raise holy hell. It was one upset person. I was like, come on, man. If you're going to get with technology, like, what the hell? It should be the easiest thing. Like, how is, like, it's my shit scanned in. Let me just put my fucking quarters in, damn it. So, oh yeah, there's an app for that. You just go on your phone. Like, I could probably pay for your parking right now. You just go and click where you're at. But I'm telling you what, the last 2 times I've used this stupid app, I got a ticket. And so I've had to like go and show them. I'm like, get your shit together, all right? But yeah, I could probably pay for wherever you're parking. Just let us put quarters in the machines again, or swipe our credit cards or something. Then it was dispatch's mistake. They asked for his phone number and the other body cam. So, but I think it's interesting that you can't really tell if there's somebody in the back seat or not. And as far as like the passenger seat goes, I mean, I don't think there is anybody there. But I wonder if on those tickets, if they or if they ask this officer, like, hey, did he have anybody in the car with him? Is he the sole occupant? Lana is going to Moscow. Yes. Does he give you Christian Bale vibes from American Psycho? I don't think he has like he's not charming. I wouldn't say that I pulled this guy over from this chick and be like, yeah, he was so charming. No, I would look at him as like a dweeb. I don't know. I would just be like, oh, I feel bad for him because like he didn't do anything wrong. I wouldn't be giving somebody like this a ticket. I would have even pulled him over. I thought it was a very strange pullover. And then immediately to say like, you're being recorded on body cam. I thought that was weird. So I think that that's weird. I want to go back and check and see, who's been pulled over lately? Have they said, hey, just letting you know this is being recorded? That's the first thing that she said. And then she answers the question. Like, she's like, do you know why I pulled you over? Doesn't even give him time to say no or whatever. She's like, because you ran a red light. Yeah, he gets pulled over every other week. He's just observant, in my opinion. Are these documents public records? Well, yeah. The cops love pulling people over. I agree, Lana. I do this all, the time. And I've never been pulled over. He explained that he thought, yeah. And then the other thing that I thought was an interesting explain is then he's like, well, then I was like, I thought that person was slowing down, but I didn't. Then they really didn't put on their turn signal. Then they did. So it was like he was like gonna go, but I think thought he was gonna hit the person. So then he's explaining that like he's really well with it. I don't think he was lying and making that up. I don't know. This is a neat freak. Guys, his car is spotless. This is somebody who doesn't like mess, and you're going to go stabbing people. It's going to be like somebody like this. You know what they say? I think it's women when they commit suicide. They don't use a gun because they don't want the mess to be cleaned up by somebody else. So therefore they're not using a gun to commit suicide. Like it's very, they say it's not statistical when women, it just everything with this guy, it's mm-mm-mm. I met Christian Bale after he filmed News. He seems like he'd be a cool, just down to earth person. I don't know. I don't think he was a dick. I don't think that he was condescending towards the woman. Remember, he has these issues with women. I don't think he does have issues with women as far as being like sexist towards them. I don't get that vibe. I think that if anything, I think he was kissing her ass there to say like, I mean, I wasn't trying to, I don't know. He seems timid to me. I don't see aggressive. Like he's very, like listen to his tone of his voice. It doesn't. Jerry says, I can't imagine an OCD vegan committing a murder like this. It's just contradictory in every way. Yeah, I think it's great. It actually was a female officer that pulled him over to see that interaction. And I just don't. This would have been an opportunity for him to say like he didn't mention his career, anything like that at all. I would just think a narcissistic person would be like, yeah, I'm a professor over here and I teach criminal justice classes. Doesn't mention a word of that. It's just very matter of fact. Talks about his rural area that he lives, that we don't have crosswalks. I really drive outside of it. Now that's interesting because the whole driving part, remember, what was it? He put all these miles on his car and he says that he doesn't, where he's from, and every single statement that he makes in this, all you gotta do is easy to go check it out and see if it's true. Like, did he lie to this cop at all? How many times when we're getting pulled over is he lying? Like we're lying just to get out of it. Let's see. He didn't flirt. Nope. Also, I just wanted everybody to know, if you weren't in the live earlier, one of the members and subscribers from this community, as well as she would bounce around and see other people in their communities. From Cleveland, passed away unexpectedly May 1st. She's actually called in. She's actually been on the panel. So if you guys can keep her and her family in your prayers, she was a phenomenal mom and took care of a special needs child. And Christy from Cleveland, she was just recently also on the Drunk Turkey show because she was friends with Amy Mahalovic, one of the first missing kids to be abducted and go through, like, it was out of Cleveland. That case still isn't solved. So yeah, really, really sad. There wasn't anything, not foul play. She didn't OD or anything like that. They're looking to see, she wasn't feeling well that day, and they're looking to see if it was, something to do medically. So yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for keeping her in your prayers and her family. And I was thinking about doing something for her kids, so I'll keep you guys posted. You guys are awesome community, and thank you guys for rocking. So. But I'm going to wrap this up. Lots of new information. Like I said, you know me, we're going to dissect the shit out of this. And TNT is going to be in Idaho, bringing down the house. I think Ann Taylor is going to put up one hell of a fight. I think that Bryan Kohberger, again, innocent until proven guilty. I want the right person, whoever is responsible for doing this to the 4 students and the community, their families. And the prosecution has a lot of work ahead of them. That's what I think right now. So again, you guys rock. Thank you. And just keep being kind to one another, and do me a favor and make yourself known. Thumbs it up, thumbs it down, either way. You have an opinion, flex it. To the transparency, do you want to rent a house for real? I already have one, thank you though. I'm gonna be up in that coffee house apartments, don't you? I'm gonna party everywhere I possibly can. I might just go to Idaho for the whole summer. I'm gonna see if Banfield will put me up, make me a senior correspondent for the summer. Can you imagine that? Let's get a YouTube house. All true crime creators. Everybody gets a bedroom. So put cameras everywhere. You guys can just sit back and watch the shit show. Hannah's gonna have her hair down. Probably. Oh, I'm gonna go to the corner club unless my money can't spend there. I want to find a place that has the shuffleboard, like the hand shuffleboard with like the salt, old school style. Beast mode, you know it. Balls to the walls, you know it. You and JL are my favorite. I'm gonna run into him. I'm gonna make him buy me dinner. I'm going to ask if we can go live at our dinner and see who looks more ridiculous while we're just shoving food in our faces. Does anybody think that the gag order will be lifted? Good question. Oh, thank you, Gelatina. 35, yeah. Something to celebrate. I'm going to go do some shots right now. And then again, hey guys, if you want to throw up if you need to email me and you're scared to come forward, if you know something, here you go. The Mind Challenge at Gmail. There you go. Lana, you hiring security? Yeah, I'm hiring the past roommates of the 1122 King. Did you see my jacked up team? Did you see those girls? I've already put out a letter and asked if they would be my security. I want some female security guards. Female security guards. Can you imagine that? And I'll tell them I'll pay them in I don't know, cheeseburgers. Some creatine. We'll roll up there and be like, what, you got a problem? Move over, Nancy. Hey, Peyton, take care of Nancy Grace. Hey, I'm going to need you to go ahead and take out Banfield over there. Clear my way. I'm just kidding. Just messing around, guys. Just messing. Woo-wee. Lana, just hire House Cannon security. Can you imagine me in one of those vehicles? I got the night shift, guys. Let me help you out here. Hey guys, I'm live here. Behind me is the King Roadhouse. And I got some guy that's squatting over there. I think he's spying on me. There's a ton of people that are walking around clad in all black. Yeah. So, yeah, a ton of stuff is going to start. I think a lot of stuff's going to start coming out as far as like body cams, reports. So, I think, and normally when they try to dump stuff all at once, they're trying to it's when you got to really, really look at stuff. Stuff can just pass by you when so much stuff is coming. So, all right, guys, take care. I'm out. The squatting dude. You guys know who I'm talking about. Looks like he was squatting to me. I think he was spying. I'm telling you. Whoever lives over there, maybe I'm going to call up Ian and tell him to go down there and take a look. So, thanks, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.